What's up guys, it's your boy Creamyiee here again with another video, and today I'm gonna make a tier list on all of the tameable creatures on the island in Ark. So the way I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna rank them from goated to must have for your gameplay, why not, don't need, and delete them. They just need to be gone. Code, everything, gone, okay? So first thing we have here is the snail. As far as I know, the snails actually produced organic polymer when you leave them on wandering, so they're a pretty cool one to have. I just can't be bothered to put them in must-have because I'd rather just go kill the penguins, right? These guys only eat veggie cakes, so to tame them you need veggie cakes, to keep them alive you need veggie cakes. To me, it's just not worth it when you can just fly over to the snow biome and kill some penguins. Next we have the Allosaurus. I kind of want to put this one in don't need, actually. I don't think there's any true purpose to taming an Allosaurus in the game other than the fact that they might be your first aggressive tame to stay alive if you really need. But you're never going to use them for a boss fight. They don't particularly have anything special to them, so I'm going to put them in don't need. Okay, as far as I know, the angler actually is a good thing to use to collect pearls with, so I'm gonna put it in why not. I don't think you need it. You definitely don't need it for your gameplay, and I can't be bothered to tame it, but my bias is that I hate the underwater in Ark. I die every time the jellyfish come up and kill me almost immediately, so my bias is definitely going to be towards all the underwater tames. In my opinion, there's only one that you should actually need and must have, so this one's going to be a why not. Ooh, okay, the Anki. Anki's going in goated, no question asked. The Ankies have a special ability that if you pair them with an Argentavis can actually carry them and they'll collect metal for you. And I believe they have an 85% weight reduction on metal, which makes them pretty useful with how freaking heavy metal actually is in the game, so these ones are goated for sure with all their abilities. The little spiders are going to delete. I don't care what anybody says. Sure, they might have a cool ability if you tame them that you can slow down other enemies with the web, but I couldn't be bothered. If you've ever caved in the game, you know how annoying these guys are, so delete. Immediately delete. I can't even think of the name of this guy. I'm putting him in don't need. It's kind of looks like a Microraptor, but don't get it confused with the Microraptor. The Microraptor is easily in delete once we get to that, and I'll tell you why. But these guys just kind of flee. There's not really any use that I know of them, so don't need. Ooh, okay. Argentavis, top of goated, no question asked. This is my favorite dinosaur in the game by far. But I also prefer flying. Flying's safer, flying's easier to tame. You can get on top of stuff when you're flying. I'll choose flying. These guys, their saddle actually acts as a smithing table, so you can craft stuff in their inventory, and their weight capacity is really good. They're not super quick like a pterodon and some of the other flyers, but they have great stamina, and they're basically a T-Rex with wings, with their melee and health, so I would recommend getting this in every gameplay you have on the island. They are absolutely goated. Okay, centipede, delete. Same, this one might go higher. Same reason as a spider. If you've caved, you know how annoying they are. They poison you, they get in the way, they're everywhere. They pop out of nowhere. Delete, no problem. Okay, baryonyx is going in goated. Or maybe a must-have. No, I'm gonna put him in goated. I'm gonna put him in goated because of how good of a caving dinosaur he is on the island. This guy is quick on water, he's quick on land, he swims good, he doesn't deplete oxygen when he's underwater, and a lot of the caves do have water. So his melee's really good, his health is really good. His stamina's excellent compared to a lot of other walking dinosaurs. Overall, he's just a really good one to bring in the caves. Oh, and he jumps, which you do need in the caves. So, yeah, really good dinosaur, definitely goated. Definitely a must-have if you're gonna cave. Okay, I believe by this crappy picture that this is actually the Allosaurus. He's going, why not? Once again, I have a bias towards underwater creatures. Not a lot of them are gonna be up here, other than one probably. It's pretty aggressive. If you want to tame him, go for it. I think this is a guy that has the mantos surrounding him, if I am correct. So, he'd be a cool one to tame, but he's more of a pain in the ass to tame for me to put him in must-have or goated, so why not? Ooh, okay, I like this little guy a lot. He's gonna go here, and why not? This guy can collect cementing paste for you by eating bugs in the swamp. However, he's not a must-have because I believe that beaver dams are a much more efficient way of collecting cementing paste, because this guy's up and down range isn't very good, and a lot of the bugs are above you, so it's almost more of a pain sometimes to use him for the cementing paste rather than just going to a beaver dam and picking it up. So he's gonna be why not, but I do like him a lot. They're pretty cool to jump around on, but he's not good enough at his resource collection to put him up here. Ooh, okay, the Bronto. He again's gonna go in why not, actually. These would be cool for actually moving your resources because they have such a large weight capacity. However, I'm not going to put it in must-have because I would prefer just to get a bunch of RGs and fly across the map rather than have this guy trail me across the map if I'm moving bases, because if you've tried to make any big dinosaur follow you, they get stuck on everything you walk past, so it's almost more of a nuisance than it is worth it to travel it across. It is more of a pain to tame than some of the other larger dinosaurs that you could use the same thing for, so yeah, he's gonna be there, and why not? Ooh, the Carboneus. He's gonna go why not. I'm gonna put him at the bottom for now. In early game, he's why not. Late game, he goes don't need, for sure. But early game, he goes why not because he's actually one of the first dinosaurs you can get a saddle for. He sucks at almost everything, except for his health. He is basically a walking tank. So if you need a dinosaur early game, you get a saddle early, he's a walking tank, he's slow. He's unbelievably slow, and his stamina sucks. But he'll work if you just want to survive at the beginning, so he's a why not. Plus, you only need a slingshot to tame him, to knock him out. He's slow. You can literally walk backwards and shoot him, and you'll get him really easy, so he's going to stay there. Ooh, okay, the Carno. I feel like a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this. He's going to be don't need. I don't see any purpose for taming a Carno in the game. It's probably more of a pain than it's worth. The only cool thing they really have about them is the bleed they do when they attack. However, I'd rather just kill these for the prime meat to tame something better than to actually waste my time taming it. They're not as good as a T-Rex. There's nothing super crazy about them. Their stamina isn't great. I really just wouldn't bother with it. Okay, next we have the Castoroid. Okay, this one's going in must-have for sure. It's at least a must-have. This guy does the best wood collection in the entire game on the island, so you definitely need to tame him. They're a little bit aggressive, and they can be a bit of a pain to tame when there's multiple of them, but they are definitely worth it. They're a lot easier than the other wood alternatives that I will show you later. But yeah, they're a must-have by far for the resource collection. I'm gonna put him in don't need. If he has a special ability and I don't know about it, let me know. I've just never seen any reason to tame him. He is a passive tame, but he's kind of a pain in the ass passive tame, to be honest. He throws mud or poo at you, I'm not sure. It hurts. He's fast, he's annoying. I wouldn't bother with it, to be honest. Oh, okay. Compies going and don't need, unfortunately. I love taming the compies. They're just kind of cute, especially when you breed a little army of them for no reason, but you don't need it. It's gonna do nothing for you. They're just kind of cool. Oh, the Daedon. Okay, this is a must-have. We're gonna put this at the top of must-have. For any boss fight on the island, you need one of these. These have a ability where they passive heal your other dinosaurs while they're fighting. So while they're taking damage, these guys will actually heal them back up. They are kind of annoying to tame because they are strong for no frickin' reason and they are very quick. So you're probably gonna get killed a couple times if you don't do it right, but you definitely need one if you're gonna play through the game. Oh, okay. Dillies are gonna go at the top. I don't need, unfortunately. I really like having a little dilly army at the beginning of the game, but realistically, there's better dinosaurs to get, and they don't really do much for you. They're just kind of cute. Realistically, you should just kill them at the beginning to get their meat and hide, but they're a cool dino, but you really don't need them. Mini Spino. Don't need. Don't know much about it. If it has a special ability and I don't know, let me know. But I don't see any purpose to taming them. That's in the wrong category. Yeah, don't eat. Oh, the little shoulder boys. I love them, but you don't need it in the game. It's not gonna do anything for you. It's just kind of cool because it's one of the guys like the Otters that just sits on your shoulder when you pick them up, but there's no benefit to having one realistically. Ooh. Okay, so this guy is the Diplocalus. Part of me wants to put him in a must-have because I know people love having him, especially at the beginning to go underwater. But I'm going to put him at the top of why not, because I have not bothered to tame one. So I feel like it'd be kind of biased if I put him up there if I don't care to use one. He actually gives you oxygen while you're riding it, so if you don't have scuba gear yet, he's a good option to use. I've heard he's an easy tame, and there is rumor that he's good at collecting black pearls from trilobites, but I have not tested that out yet. But if you see him, you might as well tame him because, like I said, if you don't have scuba gear yet, you can use him to go underwater, and he'll give you oxygen so you don't drown. But he's a why not. But again, bias for underwater. I hate the underwater. I'm never going to choose an underwater animal, so no need. Oh, okay. Next is the Diplo. Part of me wants to put him in must-have because he does have kind of a cool saddle and ability you can use that saddle for, but I'm going to put him in why not for the same reason I put the Bronto here. He has a saddle where you can actually hold, I think, 15 passengers, including yourself. So, being that he is tanky help, you can use him to tame dinosaurs. So, you can be riding it, jump off of it, or have somebody else on it shooting from the back of its saddle to tame it, while you simply just walk around the dinosaur on this guy. You can also use him to carry stuff. He does have really good weight capacity, and he's actually surprisingly fast for its size. It is a passive tame, which is nice. You just walk under its belly and feed it berries or kibble, but it's kind of a why not. You don't need it to finish the game. It's just a cool one to have. Dire Bear. I don't see a purpose in it, to be honest. If anybody knows a purpose to tame one of these, let me know, but I'd rather just kill it for the pelt. Same with the Dire Wolf. I don't see a purpose. They travel in packs too, which is kind of annoying, so it'd be kind of hard to tame just one of them without killing it while you're killing the rest of them. So I probably wouldn't even attempt it. I couldn't be bothered to tame it. I'd rather get a Sabertooth if I wanted something that was fast and small. Oh, Dodo. Definitely don't need. There's no purpose. They're kind of cool to look at. They're kind of cute at the beginning, but you don't need one. Okay, the Diodicarus is definitely a must-have. I'm going to put him here. This guy is the best stone collector in the game. I think off of one hit on normal settings, you actually get like 500 plus stone. So he's definitely one that you need. He has a cool rolling ability too to help him move quicker, which is pretty nice to get around. But yeah, for stone, he's a must have if you're gonna build anything. Oh, okay. Dung beetle's probably gonna have to go in must have. Okay, so I've never actually tamed a dung beetle. However, I know that these are sworn by tame. As far as I know, you just put poop in their inventory and they actually produce oil and fertilizer, which is pretty nice, and I should actually get one because that'd be pretty cool to have. However, I've just used a toilet to make fertilizer till now and collected oil from the snow biome, so I do think this is a must-have. I've just been too lazy to go to the caves to get one. Underwater. I'm gonna put don't need. I don't even know which one this is, to be honest. I avoid the underwater at all costs. He just looks scary. That's gonna sound bad. I'm making this video to help y'all. And my advice for you, he looks scary. I hate the underwater tames. Yeah, he's gonna be don't need. Okay, the Equius. I'm gonna put why not. I don't think you need him for the game. I don't think there's anything particularly special about him, but I have heard that he's a good rideable, so he's one that if you see him, why not get him? Ooh, the Gallimimus. See, I've always wanted to tame one of these, but these are so freaking hard because I refuse to build a trap. I'm gonna put in a why not in that same realm as the Equius. I think he'd be a really cool rider. This guy is actually the quickest dinosaur in the game, or land dino at least as far as I know. So it'd be pretty cool to have. He basically is the epitome of fast as fuck boy in a dinosaur. So you know, if you have the chance to tame him, you might as well tame him. It'd be pretty cool. Giant bee. I'm gonna put him in one. Part of me wants to put him in don't need, but I'll put him in why not. I guess for the same reason. If you have the chance to tame him, go for it. Why not get him? Do I think he's essential and do I think he's worth the time to tame? Probably not. But you might as well if you have the opportunity. Oh, Giga. Same situation. He's gonna be why not. To be honest, I couldn't be bothered to actually go find and tame a Giga. I don't really see a purpose to taming a Giga. You're not going to use them in boss battles. You're going to use T-Rexes, so I like to focus my time on the T-Rexes rather than looking for a Giga, as cool as they are. So if you see it and you can tame it, sure, go for it, but it's not something you need to complete the game. The Gigantopithecus. You don't need him, but I want to put him in why not. I'm going to put him at the bottom of why not for now. He's got a cool ability that when you ride him, he will actually throw you over his shoulders. It may kill you. I cannot promise it won't. However, it's pretty cool, and I do like him a lot. He's not a must-have for the game, but he is a passive tame, and you don't need a saddle, so if you don't have anything else and you can tame him, why not tame him? And then he can chuck you around a little bit, you know? I don't really need to say much about that one. As far as I know, there's no benefit to them. They're just flea, hyena. Don't need. They're more of a nuisance than anything, just not as annoying as the rest of them, so he's just a don't need. Oh, okay. The Ichthyosaurus. These guys can go. Respectfully, they can fuck off. I hate these dinosaurs with a passion. These are the birds on the beach that just rob you for no good reason. They don't even have to be that close to you, but if they sense you a little bit, they hunt you down forever and steal everything you have. So early game, before you have a flyer team that can actually kill these guys, they are the biggest nuisance ever. Yeah, delete them. Get rid of their code. They suck. Okay, this is one that I'm actually indifferent on in the why not versus must have, but I believe I'm gonna leave it in the top of why not. These are a very, very, very good underwater tame for the caves. They're a good rideable, they're quick. As far as I know, their melee is okay, but I would prefer to put a Megalodon here, which is why I'm not going to put it in must have. Because I just feel more powerful underwater on a big shark, to be completely honest. I'm scared of the water in the game. In normal life, cool. In the game, no, thank you. So, yeah, these are... It'll go why not, just because, you know, I'm going to put a Megalodon up there. Just for safety, you know? Oh, okay, Iguanodon. Yeah, must have. Easily a must have. If you're going to farm in the game, you need one of these. No question asked. These guys have a special ability where if you put fruits or berries in their inventory, they'll actually turn them into seeds. So if you're gonna farm and you've ever tried to collect mijo berries, you know how much of a pain it is to get their seeds. So all you need is a berry and you can collect a bunch of seeds from this guy to put in every single one of your crop plots. So he's a must-have for sure if you're going to farm. Okay, penguin I'm indifferent on. I love these guys because when you kill them, they give you organic polymer, which you do need in the game, but I think these are going to go as a why not tame. I'm going to put it here. I'm put it here, actually. The only reason I see for taming these would be to breed them and then kill the babies to get the organic polymer so that you don't have to travel all the way to the snow biome. However, other than that purpose, I don't see any reason to tame them. They're better for the resources you get when you murder them than they are to actually do anything with. So, if you want to make a little, like, baby murder farm, sure. If not, you don't need. Oh, delete. Easy, delete. You're gonna see a trend that anything that dismounts you is gonna go here. Despite how cool it is or anything once tamed, they're delete. I hate the dinosaurs that dismount you. These are actually the reason I avoided the swamp for so freaking long my first playthrough. I got dismounted and killed once on one of these and never went again. Yeah, the swamp's already scary enough. There's enough in there that already wants to kill you. The last thing you need is to be dismounted, so delete them. They suck. Just get a Sarco if you want to tame a big alligator. I don't need. Again, if they have a special ability, let me know. Maybe I'll tame one, but as far as I know, you don't need it, I believe. I don't think there's anything necessarily special about these guys. I just kill them for chitin usually, so yeah, you don't need it. Oh, okay, Allosaurus. I'm gonna put this at the bottom of must have. People might disagree with this one, but I do like the XP boost they give to your dinosaurs. Jesus, I cannot talk today. When you pet them, they give an XP boost to all of your dinosaurs surrounding it. So if you get a bunch of these guys and place them over your camp, you can just run around petting, and the level ups will start coming. So, especially early game, they're an easy passive tame. You definitely need one to get going. Okay, Mammoth. I'm gonna wait here and why not? I know they do have good resource collection, I believe, with wood. However, they are not the resource collection dinosaur I would ever choose, mainly for the reason that they are in the snow biome and they are very aggressive and strong. They take more to knock out than, per se, the beaver. So I'd rather go for a beaver than a mammoth. Especially because the beaver isn't in the snow biome where the Uties are. And if you've ever flown near a Utie, they spook your dinosaur and they run away. So for the hassle it takes to tame a mammoth, I'm not going to put it in must have. However, it does have good abilities, so why not? Manta. Here. We're gonna put it here. And why not? I've heard they're a good underwater rideable. Once again, I'd rather be on a shark. So, you know, if you want to tame it, sure. But I don't think you need it to actually get through the game. The big lizard. I'm just gonna put it here. Once again, I don't know if they do anything cool. If they do, please let me know. But I've never seen a purpose to tame it, so I have not. So I'm gonna put in don't need. You don't need this guy. You don't need to tame this guy. I'd rather just kill him for his resources. I believe he gives you pelt as well. It's more useful for that than to actually tame. And here is our underwater boy. Here we have the Megalodon. I'm gonna put him here in must-have. If you're gonna have an underwater tame, I suggest getting the Megalodon. And if you're as scared of the underwater as I am, get a Megalodon. They are strong. They have good health. They have good melee. They look scary. So I like them because I feel like I'm scaring away the other underwater creatures because I hate the underwater in this game. So yeah, must have. Get a Megalodon. Of course, if there's any other underwater tames that you find are better from here, maybe that can be your must-have as well. But I will stay choosing a Megalodon because a big shark looks scarier than a dolphin, in my opinion. We just don't need. I don't see a purpose. So yeah, we're gonna put him there. Megatherium, on the other hand, is a must-have. Borderline goated. Very borderline goated. You're gonna use him for your boss battles. He has an attack buff when it kills bugs, so you need to use him for the broodmother fight because the broodmother is all spiders, which are bugs, so they get attack boosts for every spider they kill, and there's tons of them. So definitely get Megatheriums. When I did the broodmother fight, I actually split up half Megatheriums, half T-Rexes, so I still got all the attack power of the T-Rexes with the attack boost from the Megatherium. So however you want to do it, go for it, but you definitely need these, at least for the broodmother. They also collect berries, fiber, and I believe thatch fairly well, so I would also use these for resource collection just on your base. The little monkey, yeah, I like him too, but he's going here. You don't need him. He's kind of cool. We actually have one in our gameplay right now that's health is leveled up ridiculously just because we got him right at the start and we've been playing this one forever. But it's kind of cool because he throws poo at anything attacking it, so we actually had one mess up some bigger dinosaurs just because it could withstand the health. But you don't need it. It doesn't benefit you at all. Oh, okay. Top of delete. Microraptor. Not to be mistaken with that other little guy right here. But the Microraptor is the most annoying dinosaur in this game. I could make a whole video on this guy. He is another one that dismounts you. However, he's annoying and he flaps around you like a little fucker, knocks you off, and then murders you. He also stuns you, which does not help because even if your dinosaur kills it or is chasing it, you can get killed by something else because your dinosaur is not right near you. So delete these guys immediately. Why they got the name Microraptor? I don't know. I don't think it's fitting. I think they are just annoying. They can go. See, a lot of these guys are gonna go in why not, like the underwater dudes. Cause like I just don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. Like if you have a chance to tame him, cool. Do I think you need him? No. Do I think you don't need him? Probably, but that's again my bias, so I'm trying to put them in why not. But yeah, I don't know. They look scary. So like the Megalodon, maybe I'd enjoy actually using it. I just couldn't be bothered to actually go tame one of these guys because as far as I know, they're actually harder to tame and they are quite deep in the water. So that's a big no for me. But if you like the water, why not get it, you know? Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna put the Machops up here. I think I'm gonna put him in must-have. Late game, no, you don't need him. Late game, he's not even close to must-have. Early game, he's a must-have. You can tame him with one item at the beginning of your game and ride him without a saddle. Then you can collect all the berries and fiber you need with him because he collects them great. So that saves you the hassle right when you land on the island from sitting there and picking and picking and picking to get all the fiber you need. So he's a must-have early game. Late game, don't need it. Ooh, okay. Onyx, again, is gonna go delete. These, in my opinion, are one of the most annoying cave creatures, but that's just because they fly around you and are little buggers. There's always packs of them. They kill you. They're annoying. Get rid of them. But again, this is back to my cave bias. Oh, okay. Otter. I'm gonna put him in I'll put him here in must-have. Although I think you can get away with the game without taming one of these, they are a really, really, really useful tame if you're gonna go in the snow. As far as I've heard, and I could be wrong, these provide thermal insulation. And if you've ever worn pelt in the snow biome, it doesn't actually give you all the thermal insulation at night and you still freeze and lose health. So these may be what you need to get that little bit of extra insulation on you so that you don't get to the point of freezing and are just cold. So I'm going to put them in must-have because that's pretty cool and they're really cute, especially if you get one with a top hat. It'd be pretty awesome, but yeah, he'll stay there. Oviraptors, delete. Couldn't be bothered. They're annoying. Get rid of them. They just steal. I hate them. Goodbye. Ooh. This one's a hard one, actually. I think this is gonna go in the same as the penguin. I think I would only tame this guy to kill it. Because I'd rather its resources than actually use it for anything. So I'd probably make a little baby farm and murder the babies, as bad as it sounds. However, they provide mutton, and mutton is probably the best meat you can use to tame any dinosaur on the island. So yeah, I would tame it just to murder it for its pelt and for its meat. But for any other purpose, I couldn't see having one of these. Patchy, I think I'm gonna put here. And I've got a reason for that, but it's only for early game. Late game, it goes down and don't need. Early game, we're gonna put it in why not. You can get the saddle for Apache pretty early, which is useful. They're easy to tame once you have a trank arrow. And they're not a bad rideable, to be completely honest. They're not super weak by any means. Their melee is not horrible. So if you have the chance to tame it and you don't have anything better at that time you can ride, why not get it as a rideable? But after you have something better, it goes into the don't need. I don't know if these do anything good either. This is probably bad. Don't need. If they have a special ability, let me know again, but I don't see a purpose. Ooh, these guys, I think I'm gonna go right in the middle. This is a, oh gosh, I'm blanking. Paracorithium. I probably butchered that, but that's okay. I would prefer a Diplo over the Paracorithium, but I prefer Paracorithium over a Bronto. Reason being, the Paracorithiums aren't very hard to tame. They're pretty easy to knock out with some tranks. However, I would pick the Diplo because they're a passive tame and because they have that cool saddle. So it kind of just depends on what you're feeling. Oh, okay, Parasaur. We're going to put that in why not. I put the Patchy in why not, so I have to put the Parasaur there too. Parasaur, again, is one that you want early game, but late game you have no use for it. The Parasaurs have a special ability that they can actually detect enemies around. You can do this while you're riding them or while they're just standing. So that's pretty cool to have when you're starting and you don't have much to defend you, because you can know when things are approaching from a decent distance away. They're not a bad rideable. You also get their saddle really early. They might actually be the first walking saddle that you get in your levels. Their health is decent. They don't have much melee, to be completely honest. They're not bad in the water. Their stamina's not horrible. Their speed is average, so for early game, why not get it? But if you get past early game and have better rideables, don't need. Like, the moment you get a flyer, you don't need most of the why nots, to be honest, but we'll put him there specifically for early game. Oh, the Pegnostax. Yeah, this guy can get deleted right away. This guy's going here. Once again, steals from you, annoying. Not necessarily as annoying in my opinion than the bird, because the bird flies away where this guy runs away, so at least you can go murder him by hand if you need to, but still equally as annoying. Yeah, just delete him. Ooh, the Pelagornis. This one actually is going to get rated probably higher than people would expect for a flyer. I think I'm going to put him here. The Pelagornis isn't the best flyer by any means in the game. However, it's the only flyer that can land on water and not dismount you. So, if you want to travel by air anywhere where you're trying to do something underwater, this is the bird to use. Its stamina's not bad, actually, to be completely honest, and it's not slow by any means, but it's not going to fight. It doesn't have the best health. Does not have any melee, really, at all. But you can use it on water, which is pretty cool. So yeah, why not get one if you have the chance to, if you want to do anything underwater. So Phomonia is definitely a why not. I just don't know where and why not I would put it. To be completely honest, okay, I'll put that here first. This should be paired up with the dung beetle. If you put stim berries in the Phomonia's inventory, it gives you unlimited poop. And to make the dung beetle work, you need poop. So, if you're gonna get the dung beetle, get a Phomonia. But on its own, I'm gonna put it as a why not, because there's not really anything other that it can do other than poop a lot. So, it's just a why not. I'll put this one on why. This is a real trend for the underwater stuff. I feel like I should put a lot more in don't need. I might need to rearrange that after. Actually, maybe this will go in don't need, to be honest. I don't see any purpose for taming this. I'll put this higher up in don't need. I'll put it like here. This guy kind of just reminds me of the Lapras from Pokemon, to be honest, which is why I think it's kind of cool, but I don't see any purpose to actually taming it. There may be a purpose, but because I hit the underwater, I probably just don't know it, so you don't need it. Kangaroo guy. He's kind of in the realm of these guys. I just don't see a purpose. There's not really any need. The Pterodon, however, is a must-have. Definitely a must-have. I don't want to rate him too highly. We'll put him here. This is the first flyer you're going to be able to ride in the game, and probably the first that you're going to tame. Super easy to tame, bullet their legs, knock them out with a club or a slingshot, feed them, and they're yours. They're pretty strong when it comes to attacking, which is why I like these a lot, and they're super quick. Their stamina is just awful. Completely awful. However, being the first rideable in the game, you need one of these, because being able to fly is going to change your entire gameplay. So it's definitely a must-have. Scorpion. I'm going to put in don't need. I just don't see a purpose, to be honest, to a scorpion. I don't really see any reason to get one. They're kind of annoying, but not as annoying as these guys, so it's just going to go here. The big, like, anteater looking dude. Don't need. Don't know of any special ability. If they have one, cool. If not, they're just gonna stay there. Quetzal is goated. Absolutely goated. I'm gonna put it there though. This is a flyer that is so big. Oh, sorry, my kitty is harassing. That you can actually build an entire base on them. Which is pretty cool. Like, to have a whole flying base is gonna change your gameplay completely. However, they are hard to tame. You definitely have to work to get that flying base. But that would make it so much easier for resource collection. It makes it easier for transporting dinos. It makes it easier for transporting yourself with what you need. So I very much suggest getting one of these if you can in the game. You just need a lot of other things to get to the point where you can actually tame one. But yeah, these are goated. These are definitely goated. I think I'm gonna put the raptor in must-have, actually. Not late game. Once again, this is an early game decision. The raptor saddle you also get super early. They maybe take 3 trank arrows to knock out. They're a really good rideable early game, and they're fairly strong for your early gameplay. So I definitely suggest it. They're super quick, super mobile. They do suck in the water, but their melee's good and they jump. So if you're playing early, definitely get one of these. They are a must-have, but once you have something stronger, they fall into the why not category. Okay. I kind of hate the T-Rex, if we're going to be completely honest. But they are a must-have in the game. Yeah, they're going to go here. As a rideable, they are probably the worst rideable in the entire game. I would not suggest ever using these to move around the map. However, you need them. You do need them for the boss battles. These are going to be your main boss battle dinosaurs. You're going to breed them, you're going to mutate them, you're going to use them for pretty much all of them. You don't have to. You could use the Megatherium for some, you could use a pesky chicken for others. But a T-Rex is probably going to be your core source of power in these boss fights, so they are a must-have, and they're really easy to tame. They just, other than maybe, like, I have mine standing around my base as, like, a defensive wall, because I don't feel like building defensive walls in my current gameplay, so I use them more as a fence than I do anything else, until I get to the boss fight, so they're a must-have, but I think they kind of suck. Biased opinion. Okay, Sabertooth. I'm gonna put this in must-have. And I have a reason for this. These are very interchangeable with the Baryonyx for boss fights. However, due to the Baryonyx's underwater ability, I would put the Baryonyx goated in a Sabertooth must-have. But realistically, you only need one or the other. But it is a really good caving dinosaur. They're quick, their melee's good, their health is good once you have it all leveled up. So they're a must-have, at least one or the other, depending on what you prefer. This is an awful picture, but this is a Sarco. I'm gonna put it in must-have, actually. This for the same reason as I put the raptor here. This will be one of your first aggressive tames that can go underwater that you can actually ride with the saddle. So I think this is pretty beneficial, to be completely honest, because they're easy to tame. They're slow on land, but incredibly quick in water. But if you tame them on land, kind of like the big turtle, you can just walk backwards and shoot them, really. And eventually they'll knock out, you feed them meat, and they're yours. So I would recommend them as a must-have early game. However, once you have something better, I don't see the point. Oh, okay. I always struggle what I think about the Spino now. I'm gonna put him in why not. Maybe lower though. We'll put him here. In my old gameplays, I used to always get a Spino. However, In all of my recent stuff, I could not be bothered anymore because I just don't really see the purpose for it. Yeah, before, the moment I got the Pterodon saddle, I think at level 38, I would immediately go tame a T-Rex, then immediately go tame a Spino, and then begin the breeding once I got 2 of them. However, I haven't tamed a Spino in a minute now. I just don't see the reason to do it. You're not going to use them in your boss fights. They're cool to ride, but I still would never pick to ride a Spino over a flyer. So I think they're just going to stay in why not, just because I can't find like a true purpose to taming one that you can't do with a different dinosaur that does it better. Ooh. I think the Stego's gonna go in must-have. No, it's gonna go in why not. I'm gonna put it highly regarded in why not. This one is an absolute tank, and it's not very hard to tame by any means. But it does really good resource collection in a lot of different aspects. I think it does pretty decent wood, fiber, and thatch. I could be mistaken though. But essentially it's like a 3-in-1 dinosaur. It's decent at attacking. It's got really tanky health. So it's definitely a why not tame. There's dinosaurs that do all the things it does better. However, it is one dinosaur that does a lot at once, which people may prefer. So I would leave it in a why not category. Ooh, okay, Tapejara. Part of me wants to put it in goated, but as you can see, I have a bias towards flyers and do not like water creatures. But I'm gonna put it in must-have. I think I'll put it here. You kind of need a Tapejara to actually get the Quetzal, to be completely honest, because they are very quick. They have very good stamina. Their weight capacity is not too bad at all, to be honest. And they can ascend and descend very quickly in the air, which a lot of the other dinosaurs cannot do to the same extent. Another cool thing about them is they actually have a 2-person saddle, so if you're playing with another person, one person can fly while the other person shoots to tame. So you can quite literally hover over top of dinosaurs where they can't reach you and knock them out without ever taking any damage at all. So for 2-player gameplay, I'd probably put them in goated. But if you're playing on your own, I would leave them as a must-have. They are a pain in the ass to tame, I will tell you that though. If you get within like maybe 10 meters of it in the game, it flies away. It gets spooked and it's on the other side of the map before you even know it. So taming wise is probably why they're not in goated, but for some of the other cool stuff they have, they're definitely a must-have. I kind of want to put the Terror Bird in delete, but I'm gonna put it in don't need. There's no reason to get a Terror Bird. Maybe they're fun to play with, but there's not actually a purpose. They're kind of more of a nuisance than anything, because they are vicious beyond belief. But I don't see any purpose in taming it. Okay, pesky chicken. I'm gonna put this in the must-have, and I'm actually gonna put it above the beaver. These are both your wood-collecting dinosaurs. However, the Therizinosaurus, or I call it the pesky chicken, is something you can actually use in boss battles. It's a really cool dino. It's really strong. It collects wood a little bit less good than the beaver, but not by much. I think the beaver does maybe 525 per hit, and the Therizinosaurus does like 500, so it's very comparable when you're using one or the other. The pesky chicken is probably the most annoying walking dinosaur to tame, in my opinion. They are very strong. They're very quick. They take about who knows how many trank arrows to get down, probably around 100 to be completely honest. But they are worth it. They are definitely worth it. They're a must-have in this game. If you breed them and you get some high levels, you can use them in your boss fights opposed to a T-Rex because they're that strong. However, due to how annoying they are to tame, they're not goated. They're just must-have. But you need it. You definitely need it for your gameplay. I would actually probably choose a pesky chicken over taming a beaver, just because I can also use this as a fighting dinosaur, so it kind of has like a dual purpose, rather than just getting a beaver. Like I said, if it dismounts you, it goes here. This is gonna go... This is probably my favorite out of the delete dinosaurs. Yes, it is annoying, and it dismounts you, and it's a pain in the ass. However, it's not annoying as the other ones for me to say to just, you know, to put it at the bottom. But it is very annoying. Titanoboa. Delete. Definitely delete. This one's also annoying. It's another swamp dinosaur. I don't see the purpose in taming it. You have to feed it fertilized eggs to even tame it, which is more bothersome than I see it being worth. So, yeah, that's delete. Oh, the Titanosaur. This kind of has to go and goated with the Quetzal. This is a really, really, really cool dinosaur that I have not been bothered to tame, but I really want to. This dinosaur takes cannons to knock out to actually tame it, which is kind of crazy because you need, say, a Quetzal to actually tame it. So you can actually place cannons on top of your base build on a Quetzal to knock it out, but it's cool. It's really cool. You can base build on that one as well, I am fairly certain. So it'd be pretty cool to have like a walking tank as your base, but it's hard. It's hard to tame and you have to find it. It's just another issue in its own, so it's goated, but boy is it hard to get. This one's also complicated because of the early gameplay. For early game, like some of the others I have here, I'm gonna put in why not. Because it's actually a fairly good dinosaur to get at the beginning, and you get its saddle super, super, super early. It's decently strong. It's not hard to tame. To tame it at the beginning, honestly, you just need to run it in between some trees on the beach, and it'll get stuck, and you can just keep shooting it with a slingshot. So, late gameplay, don't need. Early gameplay, why not? Oh my god, the Troodon. Delete, definitely delete. I hate these guys with a passion. My first time ever playing Ark, I deleted the game because of these guys. They're like mini T-Rexes, but their eyes glow at night, which is super weird and creepy in a way. But I finally learned how to tame. I tamed like maybe like a parasaur and some dillies and was so happy about it. And these fuckers come to my base one night and kill everything. So I deleted the game, and it took me a minute to actually get back on the game. But eventually we were fine. Now they're not horrible now that I know how to play and have good dinosaurs, but just because of the trauma of these guys, they are staying in delete. Big squid. I'm gonna put him like kind of B area of why not. He's cool and all, but I don't believe there's any reason that you need him to get through your gameplay. Woolly Rhino. This is gonna go in the same area as these guys actually. Actually, I'm gonna put him here. I really would only tame him to breed him and kill the babies. The woolly rhino horn you can actually use to make antidotes, which you tend to need in the caves just because you get poisoned and you die often. So having antidotes on you will actually save your life in a lot of caving situations, so you don't have to run in naked and go grab all your stuff in a dangerous cave. So yeah, I would breed them and kill them for the pelt and for the horn more than actually using them. Oh, okay, this is a good one to end with. Allosaurus is goated. I don't care what anyone says. This is a goated dinosaur right here. If you're going to play through the game, it's a must-have as well. This guy gives an attack buff on every single dinosaur you bring into a boss fight. You can have it on passive, where it buffs it on its own, or you can ride it and do the buff from atop its back. It's strong. It's actually fun to ride, comparable to like a T-Rex, which is around the same size, but it's the biggest pain in the ass to ride. It's quick, its stamina's not bad, it's pretty cool to look at, It's a pain to tame, but it's one that you need, and it's one that's worth the effort you go through to tame one. So, yeah. This is my list. If you disagree, let me know. If there's anything I put down here that maybe has a different ability that I don't know about, let me know, because maybe it'll change my future gameplay as well. But yeah, overall, these are really the dinosaurs I think you need to get through ARK. So if you like the video, please like, please subscribe. I appreciate it a lot. It makes me feel more motivated to keep doing this, knowing that some of y'all actually enjoy the content I'm putting out. So yeah, I appreciate you guys joining me.